We're standing outside the federal building. Let's let the politicians and all of the war makers know our message is U.S. out, no more wars.
I think that the Obama administration has been emphasizing the beheading of 2 American journalists completely out of context of the chronic crimes of the U.S. government against the people of the Middle East, from the renewed bombing of Iraq, the drone attacks in Yemen and Pakistan and Afghanistan, the wars and occupations in Iraq and Afghanistan that have literally cost well over 1 million lives, most of those civilians, and leaving all that aside and talked about only a few American lives, Americans who were killed in a really heinous and disturbing fashion, but without any context, they're using that as a rallying cry to justify not only renewed American bombing in Iraq, but extending that now into Syria, into a very complex and truly explosive situation.
What we're doing today is various forces are coming out in the country in emergency response to the U.S. bombing of Syria a day or two ago and the continuing bombing of Syria. Syria is a sovereign country. It's an independent country. The U.S. has long wanted to bomb Syria and overthrow the government of Syria, and this is part and parcel of that.
So we're here today on September 24th, 2 days after the bombing of Syria. Barack Obama announced this supposedly because he's got humanitarian concerns about this organization that's spreading throughout Syria and Iraq. But we know this is just a continuation of the so-called war on terror that George Bush launched many years ago.
What Obama is doing today is very much in line with what George Bush did in 2002, 2003, when his administration promoted the lies about weapons of mass destruction, about possible nuclear arms in the hands of the Iraqis, and all the rest of it. And now we have lies about Saddam Hussein, about the actual sources of ISIS material and support, and on and on. And when he came into office, Obama not only ignored or gave a pass to George Bush's administration for those lies, he also famously said he was going to look forward, not backward, and not investigate, let alone prosecute, true war crimes and crimes against humanity, from the most fundamental one of an invasion of an occupation of another sovereign nation lacking all threat to the U.S., to the crimes of torture from Abu Ghraib to Guantanamo to Bagram in Afghanistan, some of which continue today in Guantanamo. And obviously Obama did not care to prosecute because his own administration is neck deep in the same crimes. And failure to prosecute itself is a crime under international law. And now Obama has made himself guilty of the same crime, an act of aggression against a country, in this case Syria, that poses absolutely no threat to the United States.